You got 2nd and 2. You already ran it for 8. Run it again.
He was one of the great pass rushers the Steelers have had as a linebacker, playing a backup role in Jacksonville. Randall L. on the little swing. And the Jaguars defended it well as they reached the 40. That's very close to
He got it.
Whoa.
Antron Randall L. He gets this, Michael.
I don't know how the official can mark the ball from where he was to run all the way up and see where he went out of bounds. Wow.
I'll tell you what, if that's where the mark is, it's a first down.
This is worth a replay.
Antron Randall L. Watch him now. He goes back to the outside. He stretches. Well, I'll tell you what. Look where the ball is. Hines Ward, number 86, is just an excellent blocker. But look where the ball is.
Well, it's hard for me to tell from that angle.
Yeah, it sure is. Woo.
If you don't have that on, he can reach that ball.
But
out.
Jack Del Rio, it happened right in front of the Jacksonville bench, and you could see the coaches and the players over there really complaining about it. Now, because it was that close to them, they have challenged this.
Well, the most important thing you have to look at with Antron Randall L. is where the ball is when his foot went out of bounds. If he's leaning that ball forward, okay, here he comes to the outside. Just look at his feet and see where his feet are when he reaches the ball out. The ball is, well, I'll tell you what. That one there doesn't tell.
Now, here's the angle.
This one will.
See, he's
out
short.
of bounds.
He is short.
Yes, he sure is.
He's about a half a yard short, and that will tell you the story right there. This replay doesn't do it. The one before is the one that shows you that he did not make the first down.
No, his foot is out of bounds, and the ball never got to the 40-yard line.
It's really going to be about a yard shy because you see his foot go out of bounds. Then he reaches.
Exactly.
It's where the ball was when his foot went out.
This is the shot right here that the official should make the judgment off of. Right foot is out. He is not across the first down line.
Maybe 3/4 of a yard, wouldn't you say?
It's just short.
It's going to be short. It's going to be on the other. It's going to be towards the 39-yard line is where it's going to be.
Here's what's on the line for Jacksonville. Should they lose this challenge, they're out of challenges. They lost one in the first half.
And they also lose the timeout, which is very critical. In a game like this,
they would have down to 1.
That's right. In a game like this, where you may have the last possession being important.
But now we've said this before, and it's come back to bite us. This should be overturned.
I agree, Mike.
They should win this challenge.
No way that this can be the Steelers' ball, 1st and 10.
After reviewing the play, the runner's right foot stepped out of bounds when the ball was at the 39-yard line. 4th down and 1. Jacksonville is not charged with timeout.
First of all,
they don't lose the challenge.
Well, this is a bad spot, too, because the ball should be at about the 39.5-yard line. You know, you got to go
Laser
where
eye
the guy...
ball. How can you tell that?
Well, because you got to go where the guy's foot goes down. When his foot went down, the ball was almost at the 40-yard line. Well, they put it beyond the 39. Thank you very much. I'm very happy with that.
See?
Calm me down. Calm me down.
The game has got you all pumped up, too.
Yes.
Relax a little bit.
He wants to go out there and hit somebody,
No,
Joe.
he doesn't.
No.
He does not.
He didn't do it when he played, and he certainly doesn't want to do it
please.
now.
I didn't get my leg broken. I didn't.
You didn't play long enough.
Yes, I did.
Bill Cowher asking what had happened, and he will send on the punt team. There's, I don't think anywhere they're going to gamble trying to run the ball on 4th and 1 this deep in their own territory at this point.
Well, I think the thing you always have to do with the Pittsburgh Steelers is identify who is out on the field, because you never know where they're going to sneak in an Antron Randall L. or somebody like that in an up back.
Well, they tried to do it earlier, and they forced the Jaguars to burn a timeout. Gardocki will kick to David Allen, the 2nd-year man out of Kansas State, back at his own 22. Gardocki just crushed that one. And it kicks into the end zone. A 61-yard kick. Jacksonville's defense holding its own against the NFL's #1 rated unit.
Third down and 5 from the 32-yard line. The pass is caught by Isaac Cruz, who loses the ball after picking up the first down, and it is picked up and run all the way back for a touchdown.
Trade away an all-star center.
A defense from Christie. Bryant tries it again. Christie played him beautifully, but Bryant wouldn't take no for an answer.
Touchdown, Porter. Great job by that offensive line.
This to take the lead from 42.
They blocked it.
It was Langston Walker.
What a huge, huge play.
Pow! Suddenly it's December and the NFL on ESPN is into its playoff drive. The wild card picture in the NFC will become much clearer after the Cowboys and the Seahawks battle in a must-win game for both clubs. Cowboys-Seahawks live tonight on ESPN. Friday Night Fight special event. With 44 bouts under his belt, Cootie Espada will try to teach a lesson to the 6th-ranked featherweight in the world, but Rocky Juarez is hoping to take over the classroom with his 15th knockout. Friday Night Fight special event on ESPN.
ESPN Sunday Night Football, brought to you by Toyota. Choose any direction as long as it's moving forward. Philips, experience TV in a whole new light. The new Philips Flat TV with Ambilight. MasterCard. There's some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. And Burger King, who reminds you to have it your way.
Goodyear's Stars and Stripes, based here in Florida, providing these great views tonight. The 3 Goodyear blimps travel thousands of miles every year, covering major sporting events, news, and entertainment events as well.
I saw it when I was out at the TPC over in Jacksonville playing a little round of golf yesterday. Nice.
I can hear your bill being torn up as we speak.
Okay.
Taylor breaks through, pounds his way out to the 29 before he's pushed back.
Well, yeah, but I'll tell you, when he came out of that hole, there was a hole in that line. These guys are just smacking each other. Fred Taylor, just watch how quick he gets back to the right to the inside. He just follows his blockers inside. Meester, number 63, is the center. He followed him into the hole, picked up 9 yards on the play. There's an injured player on the field. But, you know, when you got a center that pulls like that, gets out in front of you, that's moving.
You see the yards, 19 runs and only 39 yards. You just have to try and keep running against this defense. The yards aren't as important.
Meester, tough guy, 5 years out of Northern Iowa. Here's the way it sounds when you're the center.
Well,
man, a few words and many grunts.
He doesn't have to say anything. All the grunting just tells you exactly what's going on in there.
All they wanted was a first down. They may have lost a yard as Kendrick Clancy, the backup noseman, was in on the stop.
You know, this is the plays I just don't like against the Pittsburgh Steelers. They try to run a quick draw. Well, it takes too much time. These guys are too fast. Meester in the middle. I'm going to tell you something. What he has done on Hoke tonight is unbelievable. He has kept him at the line of scrimmage.
And this Steeler defense on 3rd and short, they're going to put as many people around the line of scrimmage. You want to do something, you know, a play action pass down here makes a whole lot of sense because they've got everybody around that line of scrimmage, and they're going to be filling in a heartbeat.
One wide receiver. They try to run with Fuamatu Ma'afala, and the Steelers just jammed it up in the middle and wouldn't give them anything. Von Oelhoffen, the last man up, was the man who led the charge.
You think it isn't dangerous in this pit? I'm going to tell you something right now. Look at all the bodies. They're moving. Von Oelhoffen is the guy that just really makes the play. He gets around the tackle and gets inside. Man, that's great defense.
But also, it doesn't matter. They've got 4 Steelers there. You've got 2 Jaguars to try and block them. I mean, throw a play action pass. Back them off a little bit.
Hanson to kick to Randall L. And he gets off a rock. Randall L. makes the first man miss, then lost the ball, hit from behind, and the guy who missed to start with, Deke Cooper, was the man who came from behind and knocked it out of his hand. A 9-yard return after a 55-yard punt.
Simply the finest football on the planet. The top clubs. The elite players. In a quest for the ultimate prize of European football. The UEFA Champions League on ESPN. The NFL on ESPN. 2 games each and every week. Oh, that hurts. These guys are tough. Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, my. Oh. The NFL on ESPN. 3 minutes of punishment. 10 rounds of action. And sometimes you can describe them as the best rounds of the year. We're searching through our collection and choosing what we consider to be the best of Friday night fights. Every week, only on ESPN. The NBA on ESPN continues Friday. Allen Iverson and the 76ers, succeeding in the talent-filled East, face the Chicago Bulls. Sixers versus Bulls, live Friday. The NBA on ESPN.
One man, one sport, one nation. 3, starring Barry Pepper as Dale Earnhardt, premieres this Saturday at 9 Eastern on ESPN and ESPN HD. Pittsburgh takes over at its own 27, 1st and 10. 4th quarter of a 1-point game from Jacksonville. Staley trying to get outside. A flag down. That will be a hold against the Steelers. Aiken Adele makes the tackle.
That hold will be on Oliver Ross.
Offense, number 79. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
We'll check in with Susie.
Welcome to Smash Mouth Football 101. 2 quarterbacks rival since their days in the MAC. Ben Roethlisberger struck first. This one threading the needle to his tight end, Jay Reamersma. Byron left with some magic of his own. Hits the former Steeler, Troy Edwards. Both quarterbacks with so much to prove. It's been a battle and just a 1-point difference in the 4th.
Susie, I think we went by 101. I think we hit graduate courses in the first half. People getting their doctorates tonight. Long count by Roethlisberger. Straight back to throw. Ward makes the catch. Gets up to the 32.
Roethlisberger to Hines Ward.
Here's why this game is so important. Here are the divisional leaders, New England, with a half-game lead now over the Steelers, who would have the tie-breaking edge. But it's the wild card that's really interesting because Jacksonville can trust itself above Denver and above Baltimore based on tiebreakers if they can win tonight's game and go 7-5. It's huge for them. They know the playoffs started tonight here at home. Staley runs into a swarm of black shirts led by John Henderson, number 98.
I just think in a game like this, Jerome Bettis is the guy you need to use because Jerome Bettis has only carried the ball 3 times in this ball game, and he's gained 17 yards, so it's a better than 5-yard average. Deuce Staley is not picking up the yardage. Jerome Bettis is the guy that can get it for you.
3rd and 2. The guy in there right now is Willie Parker, a 209-pound 3rd down back. Blitz coming. Roethlisberger stumbles, somehow gets away. Runs for the first down. What hustle by Roethlisberger. He picked up 20.
I thought he had a bad leg. I guess, you know, when you're running for your life, you don't have a bad...
Fear's a great motivator, isn't it?
No, it really is. I'm going to tell you something. There's a flag down on this play, down about the 39-yard line. But you look at Ben Roethlisberger here. He goes back, and watch this here. When he stumbles, the ball on the ground keeps him up, and then he just takes off. There's no limp in this run.
3 carries, 40 yards.
Unnecessary roughness. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
That's on Peterson. The defensive end is unnecessary roughness at the end of this play. But Ben Roethlisberger, I'm going to tell you something. What a gutty play that was. But this penalty happens at the end of this play.
The ball comes out late. They rule he is down. And then the push comes. Elton Patterson out of Central Florida is called for the push.
I say Peterson, it is Patterson. He just, well, you know what?
We talked about which one was going to make the stupid mistake to hurt you. In a game like this, every play is so important.
Blitz coming. Staley falls forward across the 30 to about the 28-yard line. Steelers have just gotten into at least field goal territory, up by a point with 8:49 left in the game.
The way I've looked at this football game is that the Steelers have gotten out of their character running the football. Just look at 19 rushes. That is not what Steeler football is. They haven't been holding time of possession. They haven't had the ability to be able to get out and control this football game. They're throwing a lot more, and it's been a problem for them.
Staley again trying to stretch it. Jaguars are right there, won't give him anything. Darryl Smith.
I mean, you got to know that Jerome Bettis, when he was in, I'm not pushing Jerome, but I mean, here's a guy for the last 4 games, carried the ball 30 times. He carried the ball rushing over 120 yards in all 4 games. Now, it just makes you believe that here he carried the ball 3 times for 17 yards. Deuce Staley can't do anything. Get him in the game.
Big play here, 3rd and long. Parker comes in. Bunch 3 receivers to the left side. Blitz comes. Roethlisberger, not this time. They sent everybody. Deion Grant, Donovan Darius, both safety.
Mike Smith, the defensive coordinator, said that he was going to go after Ben Roethlisberger. It's one thing to let him scramble around, but if he's got somebody in his face, he can't do it. Deion Grant, nobody to block him. Ben Roethlisberger sees him, doesn't even think about getting rid of the football, and then Donovan Darius decides to plant him.
How many times do you see both safeties, Joe?
Well, that was a very critical situation for Jacksonville, because with 7 minutes to go in this game, if Pittsburgh gets a first down, that's 4 minutes gone.
And it took them out of field goal range. They have to send on the punt team. That sack was enormous.
5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
They delay a game, they took it just so they can punt. Gardocki can punt the ball. I still don't understand why guys don't try to kick it out of bounds.
Gardocki, an NFL record.
Because they have this thing called pooch punts.
Well over 1,000 punts without a block. Jacksonville got some pressure on him earlier in the ball game, but he gets it out of there so quickly.
And so long.
And it will come back out to the 20 with 6 minutes and 44 seconds left to go. Can the Cardiac Cats do it again? 5 dramatic comeback wins this year.
Oh, suddenly it's December and the NFL on ESPN is into its playoff drive. The wild card picture in the NFC will become much clearer after the Cowboys and the Seahawks battle in a must-win game for both clubs. Cowboys-Seahawks live tonight on ESPN.
Third down and 5 from the 32-yard line. The pass is caught by Isaac Cruz, who loses the ball after picking up the first down, and it is picked up and run all the way back for a touchdown.
Trade away an an all-star center.
The defense from Christie. Bryant tries it again. Christie played him beautifully, but Bryant wouldn't take no for an answer.
Touchdown, Porter. Great job by that offensive line.
This to take the lead from 42.
They blocked it.
It was Langston Walker.
What a huge, huge play.
We head to the gridiron for NFL Sunday Night Football, where the Oakland Raiders upset their divisional rivals, the Denver Broncos, in the snow. Kerry Collins led the attack, throwing for 339 yards and 4 touchdowns, while Jerry Porter caught 3 of them, including the game winner, as the Raiders won 25-24. ESPN celebrates the Oakland Raiders, our athletes of the week.
Who was your pick as the Sunday stud? Bledsoe, Jones, Manning, McNabb, or Portis? I'll go with Donovan McNabb.
So will I.
Aha, so did everybody else. 75.5% for an unbelievable performance by Donovan McNabb in Philadelphia against Green Bay.
I think Peyton Manning's been on every week, Eddie.
Yes, he has, and he won most of them, and deservedly so. Leftwich to the sideline. Jimmy Smith with a toe tap. The officials talking it over, and it's a catch.
Well, is this a perfect pass?
Why not? He's been throwing them all night. All you need to do is take it the way take a look at the way Byron Leftwich has been able to throw all night.
I mean, the Jimmy Smith on the outside, look where he has to throw this ball. This ball goes over the linebacker, and Jimmy Smith catches the ball.
Sweet.
He's got it. No.
Pretty on both ends.
Oh, yeah.
Leftwich straight back again. This one deep. Smith. Incomplete. Coverage by Deshae Townsend.
Byron Leftwich, we saw him make that throw on the last play. He's been doing it the entire second half. Sets in the pocket, finds Todd Yoder in the middle of the football field with a 50-plus completion. Then over the middle to Troy Edwards. And then why not keep working the middle of the football field to Ernest Wilford? 3 big passes in the middle of the football field against this Steeler defense. 169 yards in the second half.
Fred Taylor got a great block on the outside. Still on his feet across midfield to the Steeler 49.
He got a great...
Wilford, the wide receiver, number 19, threw him a block.
But I'll tell you something. Fred Taylor made this move to the outside in a heartbeat. He did not even hesitate. It looked like he might be going off tackle, but look at how fast he got back to the outside. That's outstanding blocking. But now Foote is there, number 50, to try to bring him down. Look at the power in Fred Taylor's legs.
Guy is a great combination of speed and power. Taylor again. Airborne and then dives forward to the 46. And the way this drive is already taking time off the clock, who knows? This might be the last shot they have. They're down to 5 minutes and 17 seconds.
Neither one of these teams is set up basically to move the football in large chunks in a 2-minute situation. So right now you have to feel down 1 point with 5 minutes to go in this football game. The Jaguars are in control.
Leftwich to throw under pressure, and they've got him back at the 49. Pressure came from Clark Higgins and Troy Polamalu, the safety, who blitzed again, number 43.
Yeah, well, that was Clark Higgins that time. Clark Higgins is a linebacker on the outside. He came, they just got beat up front. Here comes Clark Higgins. Look at him inside. Nobody really blocks him.
Greg Jones tries to block him. Now, keep in mind, Greg Jones was a running back at Florida State. A fullback is not necessarily, you would say he's not necessarily a fullback.
This is huge. 3rd and 12. 4:18 and counting. Here comes the blitz, coming from every direction. The pass underneath, caught by Edwards. There is a flag down in the Steelers secondary. Ferrier with a tremendous tackle. He is so sure-handed.
And this is going to go against the Steelers. You can tell the way Plexico Burress has fallen on the field.
Before the pass was thrown, illegal contact. Defense, number 28. 5-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
That's Chris Hope, the safety. It's a 5-yard penalty, but it's an automatic first down.
We talked about this in the beginning of the year, that the emphasis on this penalty was going to be important. There you see him. Oh, my goodness.
He missed.
He missed. He whiffed him.
he got penalized for a whiff.
He got penalized for an effort.
Yeah.
A 5-yard whiffy effort. But that's what the officials are looking for.
What a tough call that is for the Steelers.
How about ticky-tacky?
Gee. No wonder they had people falling down. Leftwich quickly out to Jimmy Smith. Makes a move and got down to the 35. Boy, did he know where the defense was and immediately made a move to get free.
Deshae Townsend, he committed himself to the tackle. Excuse me, I said Deshae Townsend. It wasn't him. It's
Coakley, Ricardo Coakley.
It was Coakley. But you know what? You can't, Joe, you can't commit yourself. You got to get yourself in a position to make the tackle and not allow him to pick up the extra yardage.
You can't do anything in football unless your feet are underneath you. If you're wailing and flying around, 9 out of 10 times you're going to miss it.
Blitz coming. Draw play. Fred Taylor. Fighting for more yards. If he gets to the 25, it's a first down. He's about a yard shy. Clock continues to run.
The National Football League is being given a treat by everybody having a chance tonight to see Fred Taylor run the football. Look at the power. This is the #1 run defense in the National Football League, and so many yards he has gotten by himself, holding on to the football in traffic, fighting for the extra yards.
Fred Taylor tonight, 102 yards, 68 on the ground. He's caught passes for 34 yards more. Here, he's just looking for a first down and very close at the 25-yard line where Ferrier and company again make the tackle. Let's go to Susie.
Mike, before the game, I asked Fred Taylor about facing the #1 run D in the NFL. He said, it doesn't faze me. He had a career-high 234 yards against this team back in 2000. He says, as many times as we've played, they should be worried about me. They haven't faced a back like me this year. Man, has he been tough.
Susie, he has been tough since he has been with this franchise. He is just a sensational running back. We've got a timeout on the field. It's a 1-point game. Jags driving.
Third down and 5 from the 32-yard line. The pass is caught by Isaac Cruz, who loses the ball after picking up the first down, and it is picked up and run all the way back for a touchdown.
Trade away an all-star center.
The defense from Christie. Bryant tried it again. Christie played him beautifully, but Bryant wouldn't take no for an answer.
Great job by that offensive line.
This to take the lead from 42.
It blocked it.
It was Langston Walker.
What a huge, huge play.
The NFL on ESPN. 2 games each and every week. These guys are tough. The NFL on ESPN.
Simply the finest football on the planet. ESPN continues full-day coverage of the UEFA Champions League all the way through the championship game in May. ESPN, the home of the UEFA Champions League.
Pow! Suddenly it's December and the NFL on ESPN is into its playoff drive. The wild card picture in the NFC will become much clearer after the Cowboys and the Seahawks battle in a must-win game for both clubs. Cowboys-Seahawks live tonight on ESPN.
The Jaguars have been the cardiac cats, the most fourth-quarter comebacks in the NFL. They're trying to do it again. It would vault them into second place in the wild card standings if they can knock off the Steelers. Taylor on first down, got maybe a half yard, and that's it.
Pittsburgh Steelers take a timeout here.
That's their second. The Steelers trying to make sure they conserve as much time as possible. The Jaguars already within field goal range, and that's all they would need to take the lead.
ESPN Sport Legends presents Billie Jean King. For all of Billie Jean King's tennis success, one match towers above all the rest. Her Battle of the Sexes duel against Bobby Riggs in 1973.
It pitted man versus woman. It was boss versus secretary. It was husband versus wife. It was brother versus sister.
There was never anything before like Billie Jean King and Bobby Riggs, and there never will be again.
Before a record courtside crowd of 30,000 at the Houston Astrodome and a worldwide television audience estimated at almost 50 million, King took charge of her aging opponent, running him into submission.
That particular night, it became a level playing field, and I think that changed the way women thought.
Head to the gridiron for NFL Sunday Night Football, where the Oakland Raiders upset their divisional rivals, the Denver Broncos, in the snow. Kerry Collins led the attack, throwing for 339 yards and 4 touchdowns, while Jerry Porter caught 3 of them, including the game winner, as the Raiders won 25-24. ESPN celebrates the Oakland Raiders, our athletes of the week.
A one-point game with 2 minutes and 24 seconds to go from Jacksonville. The Jaguars driving. It is an enormous game for them with playoff implications.
Well, Leftwich has not hurt him all night long, and don't take the ball out of his hand. Let him win it.
Well, but I also think Fred Taylor's done a terrific job. Right here, if you're Bill Musgrave, you've got some plays listed there. These are going to be key plays for me. These are the ones that I need to call as the coordinator to give us the chance to be able to win this game.
Taylor in there at the running back. Greg Jones, his blocker. Taylor inside the 20 to about the 18. This would make it a 35-yard field goal drive from here.
You know, we talk about Fred Taylor, we talk about Leftwich, but how about this offensive line? Look at the job these guys are doing at the point of attack. They're staying with their blocks. They're opening holes for Fred Taylor. These guys have done a tremendous job this evening.
And you mentioned Kyle Brady, number 80. 278 pounds, was a tight end, came into the league, was a pass catcher, all of a sudden wound up with a new role, bounced around a little bit. Now he is an anchor at that end position.
And they are doing it against the #1 defense in the NFL, also the #1 run defense, only giving up 75 yards a game. Tonight, the Jaguars have wedged out 100 yards rushing against this tough Steeler defense.
But Jack Del Rio said 2 things had to happen for us to win. We had to match their physicalness, and we're on both sides of the ball, and don't be too anxious and try and force things. That's the game plan that they had coming in, and that's the way the game has gone for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
If they can get a first down here, they could run the clock down all the way before trying a field goal. Otherwise, they have to try it now. And Taylor runs into a wall. This will bring up 4th down. And it will also bring up the 2-minute warning. What a ball game in Jacksonville. 14-13. Back in a moment.
The UEFA Champions League continues on ESPN with Matchday 6, the last games before the knockout round. Live Tuesday, the defending champions FC Porto need a win against the #1 club in the world, Chelsea, if they hope to advance to the knockout round. Then, Group E leading PSV Eindhoven takes on Greek power Panathinaikos. On to London, where the Gunners of Arsenal face Sweden's Rosenborg. The games continue. The UEFA Champions League on ESPN.
The NFL on ESPN. 2 games each and every week. Oh, that hurts. These guys are tough. Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, my. Oh. The NFL on ESPN.
3 minutes of punishment. 10 rounds of action. And sometimes you can describe them as the best rounds of the year. We're searching through our collection and choosing what we consider to be the best of Friday night fights. Every week, only on ESPN.
Linda Cohn and Carl Ravitch standing by for SportsCenter. They'll have Week 13 weaklings for you, the BCS Bowl picture, and how to end a dynasty. We're in Jacksonville at Alltel Stadium where they'll play the Super Bowl. It's certainly been playoff intensity tonight, and Josh Scobie is on to try a field goal. He has a game-winning kick this season. He beat Indianapolis in the Dome with a 53-yarder. He has been to the right tonight, although he's made 2 out of 3, but missed one wide right. This one, perfect. And the Jaguars take the lead over Pittsburgh.
All right, Baby Ben now gets the chance to start putting some notches in his gun.
What did Jack Del Rio tell us yesterday, or day before yesterday? The Pittsburgh Steelers will let you hang around. If they let us hang around, that's all we want.
Oh, what a nice kick here. Pressure up the middle. Good job. Gets great height on the ball. Nice little draw right into the middle.
All right, here's the hold. You know, you get it. No one gives the holder much credit. What he has to do is when you hold like that, you have to, that Hansen, you've got to make sure the strings are straight up.
Chris Hansen, of course, was a Pro Bowl punter till he, a year ago, decided after the 6th game to celebrate with an axe in the locker room and was gone for the season. Now he's back. We've seen him do a great job of kicking tonight for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Now it is up to the rookie, Ben Roethlisberger, who has won all 9 of his starts. Nobody had ever done that before.
With no timeouts, he's going to have to be able to drive him into position. Remember, a field goal will win it.
Brent Hines Ward back in the game.
And they're without Plexico Burris, their big play guy. But they do have Hines Ward.
Coakley and Taylor are deep. And they will start from the 24. Nick Sorensen makes the tackle. Can Roethlisberger make it 10 in a row as a rookie passer?
The UEFA Champions League continues on ESPN with Matchday 6, the last games before the knockout round. Live Tuesday, the defending champions FC Porto need a win against the #1 club in the world, Chelsea, if they hope to advance to the knockout round. Then, Group E leading PSV Eindhoven takes on Greek power Panathinaikos. On the
What a scene. 76,000 plus on their feet. Roethlisberger. Ward, did he make the catch? No, the ball hit the ground.
And a flag on the play. And Pittsburgh says it's against Jacksonville.
Offside. Defense. Number 55. 5-yard penalty. You play first down.
Greg Favors, the linebacker who was playing defensive end, called for an offside. That stops the clock at 1:45.
What's really important, if you're Jacksonville, you want to keep everybody inside the boundaries. Don't let them stop the clock.
And Pittsburgh has 0 timeouts. Roethlisberger underneath. Randall L. gets what he can out of it, then runs out of bounds in front of Mike Peterson.
Antoine Randall L., when I watch him after he catches the pass, his legs are going 100 miles an hour. I mean, he can really run fast.
You know, the other thing, I love watching Ben Roethlisberger in this situation. He's looking down at his play sheet right now. He's just calling his plays, telling the guys what to do, strolls back into the shotgun. Not in a hurry.
Since the Steelers only need a field goal, there's really plenty of time on this clock.
And they got plenty of time to use the middle of the field. Here comes the blitz.
Blitz coming. Roethlisberger to the sideline. That will stop the clock at the 41-yard line, and the catch made by Lee Mays, and he was drilled by Washington.
What a nice job he does of hanging in the pocket. Lee Mays stepping up. And this has been the thing about the Pittsburgh Steelers. They've had guys step up and do the job for him. Look at him just stride. He's getting rolled around, but he strides right into it. Kawaki Thomas comes in around behind him.
Roethlisberger, what a night. 13 out of 15, 212 yards. This kid is for real. Draw play. It's Parker. And Parker reaches the 29. The clock will continue to run.
You know, about all the calls that were made tonight, all the play calls were made tonight, that one right there was fantastic. Nobody on Jacksonville's defense expected them to run a draw in that situation. But as you said before, they have plenty of time. They've got over a minute.
Jacksonville's defense running around a little bit confused on that one to throw. Inbounds, Lee Mays makes another catch. The clock continues to run. Still plenty of time for Pittsburgh. They can ground the ball and stop the clock.
We talked about the job that Jacksonville's offensive line has done. How about the job these Steelers have done tonight, picking up the various movement and blitzes from Jacksonville?
Both teams have been sensational.
You know what? No, he's letting the clock run down.
Yes, he is.
This is so smart.
He's going to spike the ball.
They're just taking their time, use all the clock. This is just really great clock management.
It's brilliant because they are already where they want to be. They do not want to leave Jacksonville any time.
Nope. Nope.
But I'm going to tell you, it's second down and 1 yard. They had all of their time on the clock. They ran it down to like 2 seconds, and then he spikes the ball.
And now they're not even going to bother. They're going to go with Jeff Reed to regain the lead, because if they might make a play inbounds, the clock could run out if something bizarre happens.
But they're also doing it on third down, so if they muff it, they'll have a chance on fourth down.
Reed from 37 yards, and the Jaguars will use a timeout. Oh, don't go away. 23 seconds left.
The UEFA Champions League continues on ESPN with Matchday 6, the last games before the knockout round. Live Tuesday, the defending champions FC Porto need a win against the #1 club in the world, Chelsea, if they hope to advance to the knockout round. Then, Group E leading PSV Eindhoven takes on Greek power Panathinaikos. On to London, where the Gunners of Arsenal face Sweden's Rosenborg. The games continue. The UEFA Champions League on ESPN.
The Steelers are going to leave it in the hands of their place kicker, Jeff Reed, as the rookie quarterback Ben Roethlisberger trying to win his 10th as a rookie. He's already won his first 9. Nobody had ever done that. This will be a 37-yarder by Jeff Reed.
And he's 5 out of 6 between 30 and 39 yards.
It's good.
And he drills it.
Looks like Ben has started his own new streak.
Hold on, boys. There's 18 seconds left to go, and Jacksonville has 1 timeout left.
And several thousand Steeler fans who made the trip down here are celebrating.
And you mentioned that Shobi made a 53-yarder against the Indianapolis Colts to win it. Now, that was a little bit of a different story. It was in the dome. So you've got to assume.
Look at this. Boy, what a great kick. I mean, that thing is right down the pipe. Ben Roethlisberger brought him back. Look. Yes, yes, yes. That's Jay Reamer's standing next to him on crutches.
He is just cool. He has shown us great leadership, tremendous poise. His friend from the MAC, Byron Leftwich, they went out to dinner last night. One will be extremely happy when this is over. One will be heartbroken.
Again, so much for experienced quarterbacks. You got a second-year guy, a first-year guy, and these guys are lighting it up.
Just the little things that you've seen Ben Roethlisberger do. Protect the football.
And Leftwich.
No interceptions. And Leftwich. Then let the clock run down on 2nd and 1 and then spike it so that Jacksonville doesn't have time on the clock.
Let's see if the Steelers, and that's the feeling they have here, a sellout crowd of more than 76,000. Let's see if the Steelers squib this one or if they kick it deep to Allen. They're going to squib it in the middle of the field. Picked up by Jones. And Greg Jones still fighting his way out to the 39-yard line. 11 seconds to go. They're going to need 39. They're going to need about another 27, 28 yards.
But you have a timeout.
Right.
Now here, if I'm Dick LeBeau, I do not play a zone defense. I do not give Byron Leftwich a chance to be able to stand in the pocket. But more importantly, I don't give his receivers a chance to get down the field with any depth. That's what I would do defensively.
So what would you call?
If I'm Jacksonville, I'm going to let my guys have been blocking it up and try and get it to the middle of the field.
Well, they need 27 yards on one play to give them a 52-yard attempt for a field goal. So you've got to get, what, at least 24 for a 55-yard try for even an outside shot.
I think you have an opportunity for 2 plays here. I think you can pick up 20, 15 to 20, and then try and get one towards the sidelines and out of bounds.
We've got an injured Steelers on the ground.
Ben Roethlisberger, we talked about him having the opportunity for a comeback. This is what he did on the last drive. It starts out with him stepping up and making the play to Antoine Randall L. Get out of bounds. Then make the big throw against the blitz. Hanging in the pocket. Get it out of your hands. Guys making plays for you. Lee Mays with that big one. And then you saw the big kick by Jeff Reed.
Chidi Iwuma is the injured player who was able to make it off with some assistance. We're down to the last 11 seconds. Three-man rush.